are, day 2. So we've done purpose, we did the intro on Sunday, we did the backstory on Saturday, we're pumped, now we're talking about vision. I love vision, vision's really important. I'm going to start with a story about a guy called Viktor E. Frankl. Viktor E. Frankl was an amazing individual who lived in the last decade, obviously, and he was imprisoned in a concentration camp. Viktor E. Frankl ended up writing the book, The Man's Search for Meaning. So Viktor E. Frankl became an inspiration to a generation of people because he survived the Nazi Holocaust and he survived the concentration camps. He was in Auschwitz, and you know, it's an amazing story. He said he could have been killed. If you read his book, he could have been killed any time because there was a guard that pointed people left or right, and you know, if you went that way, for example, you're off to the gas chamber. If you went that way, you were into the concentration camp. His family went that way, which is really sad, and he went that way. And after that, after he realised that his family were actually going up in smoke, true story, great book, real touching, pulls the heartstrings. He went into that concentration camp and he wanted to do 3 things. He wanted to learn something, he wanted to survive, and he wanted to help others, because he was actually a trained psychiatrist, and so helping others came easy to him, coaching others and guiding them and helping them get their mind right even through the toughest times, and he did survive. He went on to achieve great things. Now there's a message in that, achieving great things, and I'll come back to it in a sec. And he learnt something. Now what he learnt was this, that he said when you lined everyone up in that concentration camp, you could have looked at them and you could have seen that they were fit, they were healthy, they were strong, they were good looking, they were positive, they were confident right at the start. And he said if you lined them up and if he asked you to say who do you think would survive out of all of those, he said you had 0 chance of actually getting it right, because it's not based on strength, skill, anything to do with your physical body, it's all to do with your mental body. And what he worked out was, the thing that he learned was this, that the only way people survived that concentration camp was to have a compelling vision for their future, so that they could take their mind out of the concentration camp, and that even during the darkest, longest, hardest days, when it was cold and they had no clothes on, it was freezing, they could cast their mind forward and not be in the moment, not be in the pain, not be in the physical pain at that time. They could look forward. What he realised was this, and he learned that everyone that survived went on to achieve something great in life. The way they did that was they had a vision, so they survived that concentration camp, and they went on to live their visions. They lived their visions. Isn't that interesting? See, a lot of people probably don't live their visions. A lot of people, like we talked about purpose, unless you get really, really clear. See, your mind is a beautiful thing. Your mind's got 2 elements to it. There's just your conscious mind, right there, right front of mind, and there's your subconscious mind, which is deep down in your heart, really, and it's deep down inside you. And your subconscious mind's where the power is. Your conscious mind, you make a decision, but your subconscious mind really guides your behaviour.